Analyst now with Jameel Ahmad in Dubai. He's Chief Analyst at GTC. Now, Jameel, it's the fourth day of declines amid concerns over inflated valuations. Do you think this is a short-term correction, or has the AI bubble inevitably burst?
If you're looking at recent history, each time the market has dipped, we've had a correction or profit taken, the market then recovers and makes even new highs. And I don't necessarily see this being a different change of the wave. I also think that maybe we're buying too much into this headline that is driven by a tech sell-off or concerns about valuations in the tech sector and so forth, because again, we've had those warning signs for such a long time. I would actually put it more down to uncertainty over the US central bank direction when it comes to interest rates, also who might be nominated as a new chair of the Federal Reserve, which Trump did say overnight was somebody that he's picked, but we don't know who that is yet. Again, this time around a week or so ago, we had expectations that US central banks would be cut again this year was the majority. And then by the end of the week, it hit to 50-50. And now we've had 4 days of successive losses. So I do think it's much more, I would say, to do with what's happening in the US, central bank expectations, the upcoming economic calendar, where you've had the longest government shutdown in history, rather than everybody pointing their fingers that it's because of a, let's say, a so-called bubble in the tech space.
Right, now, NVIDIA has been at the heart of this rally that's carried global markets to record highs. Are investors worried that the chip giant won't be meeting expectations from now on?
That hasn't happened so far, and each time that you've asked a question of NVIDIA with its corporate earnings and so far, they continue to surpass expectations. Over just a short period of a number of years, NVIDIA has gone from being a company that's become very fast, become the most valuable company in the world, and it has not yet bucked that trend, and I'm not expecting that to necessarily change this week. But again, the more that you have your expectations higher and higher over any particular company, anything that might appear to be a pessimistic headline can be blown out of proportion. But so far, NVIDIA has been asked so many questions and has been able to answer them all, so I don't see this changing.
Right, and gold is extremely volatile at the moment. How much of that is tied to the uncertainty around the Federal Reserve's policy?
Significantly. You've got gold prices now that are still up around 40% or so this year. Of course, we've hit some profit taken from that all-time high, close to 4,500. But gold prices are still near 4,000 US dollars. I actually think that should gold go below 4,000, then we can have much more of a steeper correction. But it seems that buyers that are trying to keep prices above 4,000. We have to see what happens with the upcoming US jobs report. Of course, that September figure that we never saw is set to be released over the next couple of days. We then have to see what economic data we're actually going to get between now and the end of this year, and whether this does actually raise expectations that the US central bank can cut interest rates next month. My personal view is that they can cut interest rates next month, but the market's got pessimistic about this, which is why we've had increased volatility over the past 4 or 5 trading sessions.
Jameel Ahmad in Dubai, thank you very much for that analysis.